Stars were quiet that night. Too quiet for a galaxy that had been bursting with static, wars, trade, and alien chatter just hours earlier. Aboard the flagship Vostaneth, Supreme Warden Drenz sat hunched over a flickering screen, eyes wide, as an entire quadrant of civilizations went dark. Whole systems gone. No warnings, no distress calls. Only silence. He turned to his second-in-command, voice trembling despite his rank. "Get me visuals. Anything. I want to know who, no, what, did this." At first they thought it was a natural event, a supernova, maybe a collapse in the wormhole network. But when a shattered satellite feed revealed broken vessels, armadas ripped open as if by invisible hands, one chilling word echoed through the command deck. Humans. Everyone turned. Drenz froze. "That's not possible," he whispered. Their libraries, humans, were a myth. Old war tales, beasts of bone and fire that came from a little blue rock on the edge of a forgotten spiral. They were said to have vanished centuries ago, retreating into obscurity after burning half the stars during the galactic wars. No one had seen one in generations. Some believed they were a fairy tale, a bedtime story to scare young recruits. But now, Drenz wasn't so sure. He ordered a scout unit into the Black Zone, the area where contact had been lost. They didn't return. A day later, the feed came back. One frame. One blurry, glitching image of a single human standing on the bridge of a burning enemy ship, arms folded, fire at their back, calm in the chaos. Behind them, a banner waved, not of any empire, but a single line in galactic basic. "We're back." The command deck plunged into stunned silence. Warden Drenz felt the weight of 100 battles on his shoulders again. "Raise the High Council," he said. "Tell them. Humanity has returned." While the galaxy trembled under the rumor of Earth's children rising again, far below on an unregistered mining colony in the belt of Trinost 7, a boy named Jamal Porter sat on a rusted transport shuttle, 16 years old, born and raised on Earth, what little remained of it. The cities had gone quiet, buried under vines and wind. Earth wasn't destroyed. It was resting, healing. The humans hadn't left. They had been watching. Jamal looked out the window as the stars blurred past. Next to him, a pregnant woman struggled to steady herself as the shuttle jerked through a gravity pocket. Without a second thought, Jamal stood and offered his seat. She smiled, tired, grateful, and handed him a folded note. He didn't open it right away. Didn't think much of it. Just an old habit from back home. Be kind, do good, never expect anything in return. But as the shuttle touched down at the reclaiming zone, alarms blared. Doors slammed, and elite guards rushed on board asking for Jamal by name. He frowned. "Me?" The note. He unfolded it with shaking hands. Inside, only a few words. "I know who you are. They've been watching. Don't be afraid. Your legacy is waiting." Jamal didn't understand. Not yet. But as he was escorted out, past alien soldiers bowing their heads in silence, past warships bearing the mark of the lost Terran Guard, he began to feel something stir in his chest, a warmth, a call, a history pulling him forward like gravity. He wasn't just a boy from a dying Earth. He was a signal, a spark. And far above, as fleets gathered and old enemies whispered his name in fear, the galaxy began to understand one terrible, beautiful truth. Humans were not legends. They were coming home, and Jamal Porter was leading the way. But just as the gates of the ancient Terran vault opened to reveal weapons, ships, and secrets that had slept for centuries, one thing became clear. Someone was waiting for them. Someone who had never forgotten. Someone who had never forgiven. And they were ready to end humanity for good, unless Jamal could stop them first. Jamal's heart pounded in his chest as the cold air of the reclaiming zone pressed against his face. The guards surrounding him wore black armor, etched with old Earth symbols, an eagle with its wings spread, stars clustered above it. These symbols didn't exist in any history book he'd ever read, but somehow they felt familiar. Deep down, in a place beyond memory, They stirred something inside him. He didn't speak as they led him through a narrow corridor carved into the mountainside. The rock around them shimmered faintly, laced with metals he couldn't name. Lights flickered. Overhead, not artificial bulbs, real, glowing stones embedded in the walls like veins. The air buzzed with energy. Ancient. Waiting. The lead guard glanced over his shoulder. Jamal Porter, age 16. Genetic sequence confirmed. You're cleared for entrance. Jamal stopped walking. Entrance to what? The man didn't answer. He simply turned and pressed his palm to a panel. The mountain shuddered. With a groaning sound, part of the stone wall split open, revealing a wide circular chamber. It was massive, easily the size of a football stadium. At the center stood a huge column reaching to the ceiling, humming with low, pulsing energy. Surrounding it were rows of terminals and consoles. Screens came to life the moment Jamal stepped inside, each one displaying fragments of his face, his voice, his past. Jamal backed away. What is this place? A woman stepped forward from the shadows. She looked to be in her 40s, skin a deep mahogany, hair pulled into tight braids. She wore a long coat with the same eagle symbol embroidered on the chest. But her eyes, they were sharp, like she knew everything, and still wasn't telling you the half of it. My name is Commander Elira Voss, she said. Welcome home, Jamal. He blinked. Home? I've never been here before. Not in body, but your blood remembers. Your people built this place long ago, during the final years of the first human empire, before the silence. He shook, his head slowly. I'm just a kid from New Detroit. I don't know anything about empires. You will, she said, because the galaxy's changing. The others, the ones who rule the stars now, they've forgotten who we are. They think we disappeared. They think we're dead, but you... Her voice dropped lower. You're proof that we're not. Jamal swallowed hard. Why me? I didn't ask for any of this. Elira gave a small, sad smile. Nobody ever does. She gestured to one of the terminals. The screen lit up, showing images from across the galaxy. Planets, stations, wrecked, fleets. Alien races Jamal had only seen in data feeds, some reptilian, others made of glass and light. All of them terrified, running, their ships turned to scrap. The same single word burned through every transmission. Terran's Jamal stared at the footage, trying to make sense of it all. So, the stories were true? About the wars? The humans who could burn planets? Elira nodded slowly. Some of it was. True, some was myth, but what matters now isn't the past, it's what happens next. Outside the facility, the sky had started to shift. A storm brewed above the mountain range. The clouds pulsed like a heartbeat. There's a fleet coming, Elira said, voice tight. Not ours. Not yet. Someone else has caught wind of your activation. They're ancient, powerful, and very, very angry. Jamal turned to her. Angry at me. Angry at what you represent. She led him deeper into the facility. They passed old banners and rusted armor, walls covered in carvings, battle records, diagrams, faces worn down by time. One stood, out, a man with Jamal's same eyes, same jaw, same defiant stare. Beneath it a name, General Kalen Porter. Last stand of Varos 4. Jamal stared at the face, pulse rising. Was he my family? Elira nodded. Your great-great-grandfather, one of the last commanders of the old fleet before the retreat. He gave the final order to seal Earth and let it sleep. It's because of him we're still alive. Jamal. Didn't know what to feel. Proud, confused, terrified. She stopped in front of a sealed chamber. This is the vault. Inside is the archive of human history. Uncensored. You'll learn what the galaxy doesn't want you to know. About the Empire. We built. The wars we fought and the reason they fear us. But why bring me into this now? She turned to him, serious. Because you're the key. The last generation encoded with the original Terran strain. You're pure. And because of that, the vault recognized you. That note from the woman on the shuttle? She's part of the old network. The last watchers. She saw you. She knew it was time. Jamal's hand trembled as he raised it toward the vault's interface. It scanned his palm, then his eyes. A soft chime rang out, and the massive door creaked open, revealing a circular room lit with soft blue light. Inside were thousands of floating memory cores, each humming faintly. "Begin with the blue cores," Elira said quietly. "Those hold the truth." Jamal stepped in. The door closed behind him. The first core spun. Toward him, glowing brighter as it neared. A hologram flickered to life. A battle. Not one from his time, but one lost to history. Human warships, sleek and deadly, cutting through fleets 5 times their size. Alien cruisers exploding in balls of fire. Human commanders issuing orders with calm precision. And then, the silence. A decision. Earth vanishing behind a coded signal. The stars going dark one by one. Jamal's breath caught in his throat. Outside, alarms started blaring. The guards moved fast. Elira barked orders into her comms. "They found us," someone shouted. Jamal ran to the door, but it wouldn't open. He pounded on it. "What's happening?" Elira's voice came through the speaker. "Stay inside. You're not ready yet." "Ready for what?" he yelled. But no answer came. Outside, in the sky above the mountain, a ship blotted out the sun. Not human. Not any known species. It hovered there, silent like it had been waiting for centuries to arrive. And then it sent a message. One word. "Return." Jamal's chest tightened. He looked back at the core still spinning in front of him. Then at the others. Thousands of them. Each one glowing a little brighter now, as if they too sensed what was coming. Something ancient had awakened. And it wanted him. But why? Why now?